Hey, Monica Henderson here, and I'm excited because we are back live and in action for 2022's live Mink Life Motivation Live. And today we are really kind of tapping into the topic of activating your health. Yes. And to do that, we are going to introduce you to my co host today. So, the first co host that I'd like to remind you of is Andrea Goertz with her fancy new picture. She is a wellness thrive strategist. Sorry, I didn't change it here. And well-being and worth. She is also the Mink Life Motivation Master Trainer and the Dean at Mink Life University. Andrea, yay!
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Also, today we have Peggy MacArthur. She is the owner and photographer at Headshots by Peggy. She is also the headshot strategist and the Mink Life Motivation Trainer for the brand builder. Holla at your girl, Peggy. And we also have Irina. She is the founder of Smart Move 360. She is a health strategist and she is a Mink Life Motivation Trainer of the Life Calibrator. Woo woo!
Hello,
Yay!
everyone.
Welcome. And we have Yo, who is the founder of Be Yourself Every Day. I forgot that on the slide. She is also an educator, a motivational speaker, and a trainee. I also didn't add that of the Mink Life Motivation Principles Program. She will soon be a licensed trainer for the Life Calibrator. So excited to have all my homies kick off the year. But we need you. You are the other person on the couch. Yes, that's right. So as you are watching this, whether it's a live or a replay, first of all, let us know, hashtag live or hashtag replay. But add your comments as you go along. We'd love to hear what you think because this show does not exist just with us hanging out. It also hangs out. It also is about you and your involvement, and we will put your stuff right on the screen. Like right now, we got a person from Facebook. Hey, excited to join y'all. There you go. See, y'all got the hang of it. Okay, so keep that good work up, and we're going to dive into the show today. What is going on? Happy New Year!
At least I need to spell forever. Happy New Year.
So, it's interesting that today's conversation is about activating your health because we have all the health people on the panel today. So obviously, and also all of you guys are going to be the first day of the symposium. So this is kind of like a precursor to what's coming down the pike. I'm so excited. Yo, how is everything going this year with getting your program going?
It's going great. I am in a good place. I'm ready to hit the launch button sooner than later. So yes, I'm excited. 2022, finding the true you. Hey.
She always has great things.
I know. 2022, I like it.
Exactly. And Irina, welcome again back to the show. How are things going with you and what's going on with your program?
Well, the program, thank you for having me. Program is cooking. I'm excited to actually things that are coming up really literally in 10 days. So we are getting ready for our health fair, first virtual health fair that we are preparing, and symposium, and just ready to roll. Thank you, Monica.
That is right. So we are, look at our co-host on the couch, really making it happen. Love it. 22, finding the new you. Yes. Okay, so as we are diving in today, we are going to help you get motivated with this conversation about activating your health. And to start us off, we're going to ask the question, why is it essential to activate your health in the first place? It's just one of those things. So we're going to start with Andrea this time. Andrea, why is it essential to activate your health?
Why is it essential? Okay, first it's a why question. So, how is it essential to activate your health? It's essential to you being able to run any of the things that you want to do. I'm, as someone who is recovering from COVID, I am reminded how much I love my health, and I'm reminded how when you don't have your health, how emotionally taxing it can be. And it's this illness in particular, I think, really makes you feel like there's no end in sight, which really can bring down your mood. And that bringing down that mood and that your joie de vivre, if you can't access that, it's really hard to get up and do the things that you say you care about. So activating your health, staying on top of your health, honoring your health are essential to you living your best life. And I know it's such a trope in this day and age, like, oh, live your best life. Your health is your wealth. It is actually an imperative. I no longer, people always are saying your health is your wealth. Your health is your livelihood, and it's a non-negotiable. And when you only, I don't want to say you only realize it when it's gone away, but typically Western people only realize when it's gone away. I think everyone sitting here on this panel, you all mind your health. You work really hard to stay in a well body. And I think COVID is one of those reckonings where people really get to know how well is that body of yours, because of the way it just it goes for broke. Let's just put it that way. It's no joke, and and it really can wear away at that fortitude, emotionally, physically, and mentally. So minding your health it's all you got, people. So I don't want to be one of those drama queens about it, but I'm gonna be a drama queen about it. It's where it's at. So minding it
So
is what you need
so
to do.
true. So true. So I'm gonna let Peggy go next because we have all the other health experts, and I gotta give her something.
Thank you. I was like, you should have probably let Peggy go first, just because I do live in a body. But as far as being a health expert, like everyone else on the panel, I think it's important. I live with a couple of chronic conditions. And I feel like even though I do have chronic conditions, I can still maintain a healthy body. And it's all in being intuitive to your body, listening to your body, and giving your body the tools it needs to live its healthiest possible. So even though my body may have to do a little extra work here to take care of some other problems that that it doesn't fully function on, we can still be very conscious of that. And it is everything, because without health, your health affects your emotions, your health and your hormones, and everything affects every single thing in your entire life. So when you're in chronic pain, it's hard to put that smile on and actually be productive when it takes so much energy just to get out of bed. I'm sure everyone's heard the spoon, analogy, where we all have so many spoons, but when you have health issues, it takes maybe 5 of your spoons just to get up and get dressed. And then you're only left with a few spoons to get through all the other activities during the day. So it's really important that you put great emphasis on taking care of that body that you have, because that's it. We get this one and it's awesome. We should never take it for granted. We should always love it and give it all the things it needs, because it carries us through our day.
Yeah, I'd never heard the spoon analogy.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
No.
Okay. No?
No.
Okay, so we're all, let's say we're all given 10 spoons to get through our day. And a lot of times it just takes like maybe one spoon for a person and living in a healthy body to get up and do their, take a shower, get dressed, put their makeup on, do breakfast, clean the dishes and get off to work. That just takes one spoon maybe for a healthy body. And then, the morning of the workday, maybe use 2 more spoons. And then the afternoon of the workday, maybe use 2 more spoons. And then you come home to dinner and homework and getting the kids ready. And that takes, a couple spoons. But you still have a couple spoons left over to clean the house, do the laundry, do all the other things you need to do. But a person that has like a chronic health condition or lives with chronic pain, it may take them 5 spoons just to shower, just to literally get out of bed, shower, put their makeup on, make breakfast, and start their day. So by the time they get to work, everybody else maybe has, this many left, and somebody that's living with a chronic condition has to make their entire workday, getting through the normal routine, has to make these 5 spoons. So by the time they're home from work, they're spent. Like, they don't have any spoons left to do, to make dinner, to clean the house, just to do the normal things. So we have to really realize, like, okay, where are we going to use this extra energy, because we have to get through the entire day with that. And I'm sure it's not, I didn't tell the story perfectly. I assumed you guys all knew the story and you guys would cover for me. So that's what I get for telling a story that I was, yeah. But that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it.
Well, no, I mean, you explained it out really well. And I never heard it said that way, and so that was really good. I think. I mean, I was like, I don't. You're not the health expert, and you have an analogy none of us have heard. Okay, let's move that.
I know, it's pretty good.
That's funny. So go Google it and actually read that, because I did give you a good, a nutshell of it, but it is a good analogy.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Irina, did you want to kind of chime in on why is it essential to activate your health?
Well, it's kind of hard to add something, but I have a little. I was hoping that nobody will touch that, and now I'm glad. I just very well goes along with what Peggy was telling, with that story, with that analogy. So I once heard in one of the health symposiums, I guess, a lady, the person who was the presenter, she was talking about the importance of taking care of your health, the importance of doing it preventively. Don't wait till the last moment. And she was saying, basically what she said is, you got to find time to take care of your health. Otherwise, you'll be forced to take time to take care of your illness. And that's something that I think is going along with what Peggy said. When you have no spoons left to feed, the illness will take over, and then you are forced to find time to take care already, not of your health, not of your, still of your body, but now the illness that you need to fight with. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, I am slow on the trigger. That's all. But Yo, did you want to also explain like why it's essential to activate your health?
Yeah, of course I do. But first, I gotta tell Peggy, thank you for cleaning up the spoons, because I only know spoon in one reference. So I was like, how she gonna tie spoons in the health? Well, it's a form of health. It is movement, but and to everybody's points, I want to focus on the you and the your, as in activate your health, because it's your health and it's all specific to you. I remember one time when I was first building everything together, I asked Peggy, and I think there's a couple other people in the room, and I said, when you hear the word exercise and movement, what does it mean to you? And that's when Peggy first shared with me, her situation she has with her chronic illnesses, and movement was totally something different. And even as a fitness trainer, I was like, oh, exercise, you want to get out there and you got to get out there and sweat and do jumping jacks and everything else. But she was like, well, movement to her was limited. And I had to stop and pause and be like, that's true. Everybody's not meant to get this high intense, whatever. If movement is dancing, if movement is walking, if movement is whatever, but it's your health. And it needs to be activated. It's not going to activate itself. To Andrea's point, it's the only body we have, or whoever said that, and it's only, and we have to be able to tap into. I know one of them said it. It was so many good things to say. Usually the best is saved for last, but I'm struggling. But so
You're doing great.
I'm the expert.
You're talking about movement. Nobody else talked about that.
Nobody else talked
Thank
about
you,
movement.
Andrea. Thank you. But basically, yeah, it's your health. Find the you and the your, but make sure you activate. It's a switch that has to be turned on. It's not going to do itself. You're not going to. The health is not going to just be healthy and be the best health you can live if you don't activate it. So turn the switch on, find out what works for you, and get your ass moving.
I'm gonna talk out of turn.
Okay.
Because what Yo said is so true. We live in this microwave pill society where we don't want to take responsibility and actually do something. we want to go to the doctor and take a pill, and that's not what health is about. It's our responsibility.
It
Mm-hmm.
is.
I'm
So
so glad you went there because it's easy for like Irina and I to become stridently there. And so I appreciate it coming from somebody who people, oh, that's a regular person, like not someone obsessed with people being well,
yeah,
right? Or trying to shake the tree, like, damn it, it's your only body.
Yeah.
Take care of it,
yeah.
right? Like that is preach, Peggy. Thank
Yeah, so if you are a fan of the show, or if you watch the show for a while, you know that this year is the year of activation, right? Like we had 2020 to trying to figure it out. Like, oh crap, we're in a new situation, and we had to be reborn as a
people.
global community, right? And reprioritize ourselves in a new way. And I feel like 2021 was about coming to an understanding of what that looks like. And so this year, it's all about kind of building on what we've learned from the last 2 years and how we can actually do something to really kind of lean into that life that we really want. And so this conversation, obviously talking about health, everyone talks about health at some point during January. I'm sure you probably have been bombarded with all of your stream about like, now's the time to lose that weight. Now's the time to get into this. Now's the time to get into that. But when it really boils down to it, like Yo said, this is your life. And I'm going to use the analogy of it's really hard to pour from an empty cup. And all of the things that you have in your mind for this year of what you're trying to achieve, and all of the people that you're trying to support, and all of the things that you're trying to accomplish, and the places you're trying to go or not be able to go to, depending on how the world is open. But all of these things that you want to kind of fill your life with, you can't pour yourself into them and enjoy them unless you have spent the time to fill your cup. So the health is not just your physical body. It's not just, oh, I want to be 15 pounds lighter. It's not about like not having diseases. It's also about that emotional health and balance, and being able to help just create healthy boundaries for yourself in all of the places. It's about really kind of tapping into your zone of genius and leveraging the strength of your brain to create beautiful solutions for yourself. And it's about taking that combined with your body and that emotional strength and being able to show up as the being that you were meant to be at this point in time in your life. And that looks different for all of us. So I really hope that this year we take a different approach to health and not look at like health looks like the skinny Instagram model who's selling me Lululemon workout pants, or who is taking pictures of her food. But we really look at the picture of health is me, and I'm showing up in this way. And if we can really understand activating our own healthy strategies, what does it look like? For some of us, healthy is not doing a lot of things, but taking restorative work, right? And taking some time for ourselves and creating those boundaries. And for some of us, it looks like maybe tapping into working that body, or maybe it's time to kind of figure out some spiritual things, or kind of figure out some emotional health things that you're going with. So we all have different ways that we need to activate our health. But by doing so, we actually get to really show up as the person that we really want it to be, and the person that we want the rest of the world to experience. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm like amazing in my head. I am an awesome person. Inside my head, I am sometimes different than what I show up for in the world. And I want the one in my head to actually be the one that shows up in the world more often than not. And so the only way to do that is to really kind of take that full holistic approach at your health, and making sure that all of the choices, all of the habits are lending to healthy decisions, or like Andrea would say, clean decisions, so that you are able to really show up for the loved ones and for yourself and for everyone around you. So as we move this little party along, I am having fun with my girls today. I am so excited that we are here. We are going to help you stay inspired. And to do that, we're going to ask the question, which is really, really simple. How is focusing on your, how is focusing on your health contribute to your business success, right? Because we're all entrepreneurs, we all have businesses, and most of the time when I talk to entrepreneurs and they're like, I got problems in my business, and I go, so how's your life? And they go, no, 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 I didn't come to you to talk about my life, I came to talk to you about my business. And I go, they are one and the same, baby. If you are not here to help the world, then you cannot help the world. So let's see how all of those things play a part. So how is focusing on your health, how does that contribute to your business success? And we will start this time with Peggy. I will let you go first.
Well, just exactly what you said. They say, if your underwear drawer's a mess, your whole life is probably your whole life is actually a mess. And that's if when you don't feel good, when you're tired, when you're sick, when you're in pain, it's hard to be productive in any area. It's hard to show up, and so if your body's not where it needs to be, if you're not eating clean and drinking your bone broth.
That sounds like a personal.
Oh, okay. But yeah, if there's if you're not doing the things that your body needs, you're not going to be able to show up for the other things. It's the pouring of the empty cup. I think you said, Monica. It's you can't pour from an empty cup, and that's going to show up in your relationships, in your personal relationships, your business relationships, every single area.
Absolutely. Yo, did you want to take it?
Yeah. Extended it basically because what it is as entrepreneurs, our businesses are extensions of ourselves. And so, to Peggy's point, if I'm sick, if I'm not feeling well, then my business most likely is not going to feel well. So when you put your energy into yourself and you make yourself your strongest, and you show up every day as healthy as you can be, it'll trickle the opposite way as well. So your business will also see the effects of you putting you first. I love that word "you." It just happens to have the word "yo" in it, but it's something about the word "you." You put you first. You put you first in your avenue of health, and then everything else will follow along. So that's how it affects the businesses.
That's hilarious. Andre, did you want to go next?
Not after Yo. No, I don't have any. But no, Yo is and Peggy have both really made it obviously clear that as an entrepreneur, if your health is somehow diminished, it's hard to be fully in your business. I've been away from my business now like too many weeks, and it's because I've been sick. Like, and there's nothing but waiting for me to be well. Like, like so. If anyone who knows me, that is a frustrating place. Is when you feel like in your mind, as Monica said, one way, and your body's like, "Sorry, sister, you just can't do that today," and having to mind that and just mend the body that is maybe not so well so that you can fully engage is something that we all need to be able to account for. Like, and so it's really interesting when you do become sick, like how many entrepreneurs have a plan in place for when you're ill. It it never occurred to me till I got sick like this. And so it's definitely in our 24 part system, there should be, or I'm going to have to go back into business processes, like what happens when you're sick, right? Like, this is something that if you, not if, as a business owner, there needs to be that I think people have succession planning for when they die, but I don't know if they have planning for when they are ill. And because most of us don't think we're ever going to get sick, haha. Proven point. I mean, not that I ever thought I would get well. Kids bring home germs, but this one's a humdinger, people. So, it's incumbent upon us to think about that. And so part of your health management has to include, if I'm sick, can my business run? And so that is something that every business owner needs to take into account, especially right now, ladies and gentlemen listening in the world, to know how will your business function if you're incapable of functioning. And there might come a point, like this virus is that thing, for people where they're like, you just spend all of your time, as Peggy said, making sure your systems go and you mind your body so that you can come back better than ever. So having a plan, like always, we always are like, have a plan for this, have a plan for that, have a plan for that. It's true though. Have a plan.
Oh yeah. I think that is a great point of pulling up of like, hey, so if you get sick next week and you have to be out 2 weeks, what happens to your business? I think that is probably the question of the day that I think we should all be asking all of our friends. Like, if you get sick for 2 weeks, what's going to happen to your business? Because I mean, it's true. The effect of your health, you being down for 2 weeks means you're 2 weeks behind schedule on probably all the things you're going to do,
Everything.
which means you're 2 weeks behind schedule on making the money that you need in order to supply for your bills and things of that sort. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So thank you so much for that. Amen. How you do one thing is how you do most things. Unhealthy habits create unhealthy behaviors. The way you think, the way you speak and be, the same healthy habits generate healthy behaviors. I love that. I'm not sure exactly who this person is on Facebook, but thank you so much for contributing to this conversation. You are spot on with that. All right, Irina, bring her home. So, why is it essential for? I'm sorry. How is focusing on our health contribute to our business success?
Well, we were speaking, everyone spoke about importance of taking care of your health, and importance of making sure that your business or your health is taken care of while the process is going. And I want to, you said, bring it to the end. Let's imagine that you worked hard. You really pushed very hard. You pulled more hours than you could usually afford. You sacrificed your health, sleep, everything. You give it all, and your business is blooming, and it's wonderful. Whatever you was working for, it's working, but you have nothing left, and you are drained, and you have no energy, no health, no nothing. You achieved what you was looking for, but this not bringing you happiness at all. You are not present to celebrate the success of your business. Really, does it worth it? Because why did you work for this that hard? It's working. You are drained. As soon as you are not showing up for 2 weeks there, the whole success is gone. So let's make sure that we are taking care of ourselves while we are working on success for our business, because then we will be celebrating the success with everyone.
Yes. My business, uh, maps and mirrors, right? And my business map, thanks, Andre, for introducing us to that concept. But my business map has been Walt Disney, right? Walt Disney, visionary. He created an integral, like full experience. There's all these things, and somewhere I will post his business plan, which it looks like a crazy spiral thing in a pictogram of like how all of the things interwork together. He did not see Walt Disney World come to existence. He was not here long enough to actually see Walt Disney World exist. And that was his baby. That was his dream. Disneyland was the prototype and Disney World was the dream. And he wasn't able to live long enough to see his dream come true. The man who gives us all of our dreams, right? The very existence of this is for us to live in a dream-like world, and he didn't get to see his dream come true. So if we take anything from this, that we want to be around to see the fruits of our labor. We want to be around to see that. And so I love Irina's bringing it home to that point because that really does kind of sum this whole thing up of like how focusing on your health can really, really contribute to your business success. So with that, I want us to Obviously, keep networking. And here in Mink Life Motivation, when we talk about networking, it's not about being a card dealer and telling people what you do. You get a card, you get a card, you get a card. Everybody gets a card. But it is all about really figuring out who you need in your life in order to make it to the next level, to level up, and how you create those people around you and how you ask for help. And so the curiosity is, who should you surround yourself with to activate your health? Like, who are those people? So we're going to start with, I don't think Yo got a chance. No, Irina didn't get a chance to go first. Which one you didn't get first?
Irina.
Both.
Neither one of us.
Neither one
Neither
of
one
you.
of you. All right. So this time we will let Irina go first, and then we'll have Yo go first on the share one tip. So Irina, who should you surround yourself with when you're activating your health?
Well, the good thing is I am actually surrounded by you ladies, and all of you are about health, remembering about it, taking care to the best of your abilities of it, and that's a good thing. So for me, I really a fortunate one. But it goes along. Tell me who your friend, and I will tell you who you are. So majority of people who I am surrounded with, they are people who paying attention to how they feel. They're doing preventive activities to make sure that they continue feeling that way and improve on what they have. So for me, I just will be doing what I'm doing. I am meeting people who are doing that, and I am also getting inspiration from them to
Mm.
take better care of myself, of my own health. So that's how it goes. It goes both ways. So it helps me to stay afloat, and hopefully I'm inspiring somebody else to do that too.
Yeah, I remember last month when Yo got sick, and she posted in our private group chat, uh, "Hey guys, I'm down with COVID," and instantly everybody had they took their lane, right? So me, it's
Yeah.
always like, sleep through it, make sure you sleep, and then Irina was like, and don't forget to do this, and Andrea was like, make this broth and skip this and take this herb, and everybody just kind of chimed in. And so you're right, having people who are focused on their health when you need that like boost to kind of stay in that space is totally right. Yeah, Yo, did you want to chime in on this as well?
Yeah. I was thinking when you said that, people like my daughter who claim they don't like people, surround yourself with opportunity to be healthy. Surround yourself with information. There's plenty of information out there. Don't overload yourself with it, but do something. Surround yourself with the health concepts. Take activation, join a gym, start buying more unprocessed foods. But surround yourself with the opportunity to be healthy, or surround yourself with like-minded people. To Irina's point, people who also think health is very important and they're active in their health and doing the best they can to stay healthy. So you're not doing it alone, because you'll get to a point sometimes where you feel like you are, but you're not, if you surround yourself with opportunity and or the people who think like you do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Andrea?
I was going to say, let Peggy go.
Oh, okay.
I think I think a trap that we can sometimes put ourselves in is surrounding ourselves with people that suffer from the same conditions that we suffer from. Um, I think that's a two-edged sword, because sometimes there's information you need to glean from that, but sometimes you get in that trap where it's like, boo-hoo, oh my God, this is so bad, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. And so I think you need to surround yourself with people that want to be healthy, that want to excel, that want to help their bodies get better. Or, you know, if you have your arm amputated, your arm is not going to grow back, but you can learn how to operate and function in this world with the other arm. And it's the same thing, if you have a condition, that condition may or may not get better, but you can learn to function at your top performance with what you have. So you need to surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you to accelerate and not encourage you to focus on the arm that you've lost or whatever that is. You know what I mean? So surround yourself with people that will push you to succeed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was I was gonna say, yeah. So Peggy obviously has dietary restrictions, like serious dietary restrictions, and so I'm
I'm
always
no
like,
fun to go out to eat with.
no fun to go out to eat with. But that's usually what you do with your friends, right? You go out to eat, you go do this, you go do that, and so I'm like, we're gonna have to do something a little different to hang out because like going out to eat is not an option. So I'm like, okay, what sport can we play that we won't be too competitive with each other, that we can enjoy together, that we both suck at? And so I think we're trying to do tennis this
Yeah,
year.
because we both suck at tennis.
but like
We'll still get competitive, but
yeah,
at least we'll start both sucking.
I learned that skill better than you did, right? But like, to her point, it's like I don't have lymphedema, right? And she does. And so having a friend that's not going to be like, woe is us. We have these things that are happening in our bodies. And so we can't do things. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. You have that, blah, 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 whatever. What can you do? Like, let's figure out what you can do. And then let's do that. And I'm sure she would probably be the same way with me. Like, we don't have time for these complaining. Let's go find something we can do. And so having those kinds of friends is super awesome. Andrea.
So I love everything everybody said. And I was actually going to come back to my Vusi quote that I love so much, about who you put in, about the maps and mirrors. And this is so true, even about your health. It is so true. Like people with chronic illnesses, unfortunately, sometimes do fall into these affinity groups, for lack of a better word. And they don't necessarily uplift all the time. It's more, there's so much reflection on how bad it is. And it may be bad, to Peggy's point, but there's always the option to do something different. So everyone's talked about having either people that you want to model in your sphere of influence. Here we go, and or that can be resources to you modeling a better way for yourself. And so I think, we don't culturally, as I sat in bed, I really had a lot of epiphanies. And one of them was the ideation of health is not something on our lips. We don't ideate health. I think Peggy summed it up as like we ideate getting over it or taking something and then, it's going to be better. And instead of, to Monica's point, I think 2 questions ago, what does whole health look like for you as a person? And so if your friends fail to radiate a positive answer, get some new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Period.
Oh, yeah.
That's why this is a powerful assortment of people here, because it's not like take no prisoners. We don't care about you, but we care about you really being the best and lifting each other up. Like this conversation is lifting me up because I'm in a place where I'm like, not woe is me, but whoa, if I can feel this low, what does everybody else feel like?
Yeah.
Right? Like that. I think we all learn lessons and things happen to us, so we have better ability to be empathetic. And yeah, the spoon theory is a really good example of that, Peggy. Thank you. But yeah, definitely being around people that help you model and ideate health in all of its aspects, mental, emotional, and physical, is the way that you stay activated in your health and moving forward, because you only get one body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Long story short, hang out with us because we'll rub your back and kick your butt all at the same time. I love that. So we are finishing up. So it's lightning round time. It's that time for us to help people gain knowledge about this fantastic topic about health. And so what we are going to do is give your one tip on how to live healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled, because that's what we're really trying to have everyone do here at Mink Life Motivation. And why not start the year off with one tip to live on living healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled? I know. Yo's like, Mom, are you serious? I got like a list. I got like a Trello board and I got a this and a that. Well, you'll have to see her program in order to figure that out. But one tip. Okay, so we're going to start this time with Yo. What is your one tip?
Do something. That's to sum it up. Do something. Don't just sit there and let health pass you by. Like I said about the activate earlier, cut the switch on. Do something. Do something that works for you. But don't just be a couch person. Don't just be a woe is me. Don't fall into victimhood. Take ownership and do something. That sounded like more than one, but there's all one tip. Do something.
Irina?
Well, my company is Smart Move 360. I have those morning shows, talks every day. And my one phrase that I wrap up every time is keep moving. Do something and don't stop. Keep moving.
There you go. Love that. Okay, and Peggy?
So this is something I don't think we've talked about much, and it's something that I practice on a daily basis, and I think is really important. And that is, don't forget to breathe. People take breathing for granted because obviously, if you don't breathe, you don't live. But also, if you don't breathe intentionally, you're missing out on a lot of things health wise. So do some research on deep breathing. Do some research. I mean, your breath is your voice. Your breath is your song. Your breath is everything about you. But it also moves your lymphatic system. It moves stuff. It helps you live a healthy life. So don't forget to breathe. That's my one tip.
Nice. Love it.
Dang it, that was going to be mine.
You
I
never
was
talk
like-
about breathing. That's funny.
Well, no, I mean, Peggy is so right. Everyone's like, move, do something. It's like, I got breathing on the tip of my tongue. Peggy, take it. So, all right, so you're moving, you're doing something, you're moving, you're breathing. And God knows breath is so important, people. The next one is I'm going to say then meditate. I think it is the way to center your mind. A meditation practice is the centering of your mind is fundamental to living healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled because your mind needs to be massaged just like everything else.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
And I'm slow on the trigger because it's me left. And so,
Who knows what she's going to say? Who knows what she's going to say?
okay, so Irina said, keep moving. No, actually, Yo said, do something. Irina said, keep moving. Peggy said, just breathe. Andrea said, stop and contemplate, AKA meditate. And what I'm going to say is, don't forget to sleep.
I saved that for you. I saved it. I was like, I could say sleep and steal
You
it.
knew it was coming. Listen, I will tell you, sleep is the magic pill. It's the magic potion. It's the time machine. It helps everything do everything else better. So as you are doing something, right, you need time to rest and recuperate from whatever that thing is you did. So giving yourself time to recuperate and sleep is important, right? Keep being able to keep moving requires you to be able to take a moment and allow yourself to recalibrate and be able to try again after that, right? Your ability to breathe is imperative when you sleep, right? So people who have sleep apnea, that really shows you when you're having breathing issues, right? So meditation, right? I don't know about you, but there are many times where I fall asleep during meditation, and I think it's because I didn't do a good enough job of actually sleeping when I was supposed to. And nowadays, I actually meditate into sleep. How about that? So taking the time to actually give your mind, your body, and your emotions a complete and utter rest so that you can wake up the next day and be refreshed and be available and be clued in, focused, and ready to live healthy and wealthy and fulfilled is super, 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 super necessary. And so that's my one tip. We got somebody out here throwing in another tip. Decide what you want to become, then work on the system to become that person, including hanging out with like-minded people. And don't forget to be gentle to yourself. Yes, thank you. Look, this is why we
Yay.
have people chiming in,
I love
because
that.
even though you're not on the show, you are out here dropping this wisdom, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being the co-host on the couch today. So guess what time it is? It's my favorite time of the show. It's time for announcements, announcements, announcements. And to do that, we are going to start with Yo looks frozen on my screen, so we're going to start with Irina this time. Irina, what's going on in your world, and how can people hang out with you and be connected to you?
Well, I already made like pre-announcement in the first time when you let me speak. So for me, this January is a big move into something that I never experienced before. And on the 22nd of January, my company and Facebook group Diabetes 101 for Beginners are going to host the first virtual health fair for people with diabetes. And we will have people who have questions about diabetes, who are diagnosed with diabetes, people who taking care of those who have diabetes, people who just want to know more about this, so they will skip this experience altogether. That will be an event where doctors will be talking about it, healthcare professionals will be talking about it. We will have a cooking coach cooking something. So that's an event on the 22nd of January. And anybody who wants to join us, please go to my Facebook group, Diabetes 101 for Beginners. There is on the top of the page, there's pinned post where you could log in and register and join us on the 22nd.
Oh yeah, awesome. And Yo, are you still frozen?
No, I just hoped I was frozen with a smile on my face. 'Cause I look ugly if I ain't smiling. So
Oh,
I was like, was I frozen like this? Like, how was I frozen? Feeling?
so for some reason I don't see you. Andrea, do you see her?
No.
Y'all don't
No.
see me?
Okay. No. So we're gonna give you a second. In the meantime, Andrea will do her announcement, and then we'll see what's happening over here.
So I'm so excited for Irina's thing, so I can't wait for that. And that's gonna be awesome. I'm also coming back online, and I am inviting people to do two things. One, if you are just looking at your health and wanting a reboot and thinking, I don't know where to get started or how to get started, I'm inviting everyone to book a Thrive call with me. And, it's free 20-minute call to just talk about your vision of health. And if I can help you with how to make that better, I would love to do that or point you in the right direction. So there's that. And then I am going to be resuming, inshallah, today or tomorrow, my 53 days of wise woman wisdom got disrupted because of uh, illness. However, I'm coming back to finish that. So on my YouTube channel, I'm looking for subscribers because I am dropping wisdom about being and living in a well body. And I would love to have you as one of my subscribers. So that's all I've got. And then wait, there's also the symposium coming up, and I'll be speaking there from what I understand. I don't know. I do know about what, but yeah, it's 2 weeks away, so it's going to be about making those clean decisions necessary for health. That I do know. So come back for that too. We'd love to have you.
Can
Yo.
y'all see me?
Oh,
If
Yay!
yes, can you hear me?
yes.
As long as you can hear me, because who is on Facebook said they can see me, but as long as you can hear me. So to Andrew's point, yes, also activate symposium. I will be that part of that first crew on activating you, the health essence of your body. So please join for that. And then be yourself every day. Joy training, burnout boot camp is in pre-launch mode. I am looking for beta people. Anybody who wants to come hang out with me, give me some feedback on the program. Hit me up on my Calendly link so we can have a 20-minute discovery call conversation to see if you could use a little joy in your life. I mean, who doesn't? But you want to get it with me.
Love it.
How can you not have joy in your life when you hang out with Yo?
Facts.
Anyway, all right. So I'm headshotsbypeggy.com. you can schedule a 20-minute free consultation and we can talk about headshot strategies, and how to make your headshots pop and actually represent you the way you want to be represented. Because after all, your headshot or your profile picture, whatever you want to call it, is normally your very first impression on your potential clients, and a lot of times even your coworkers. So make sure your look and presenting yourself the way you need to be presenting yourself.
All right. And as usual, Mink Life Motivation has 1,001 announcements, but this year is my year of streamlining. So making things happen around these parts, and making it easier for you to find ways to hang out with us. Just so you know, just a reminder that what we do is we are all about having a community that supports you live healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled. We do that by also providing courses that help you kind of create those action plans to make that happen. And we have virtual conferences so that you can learn simultaneously from with other people, and we all come together to support and love on each other for those conferences. And that is all happening this time. So what is next in Mink Life Motivation World? Well, the first things first is we want you to come and hang out with us in our co-working space. We have a ball. Why? Because we are not alone in our business. We get to clear our to-do list by using time-focused work segments. We get to be free to do what we love, like hang out with our friends and play tennis, because we are able to do the things that we're supposed to do. We also have the support of each other. Yes, these people that we're talking to today are all a part of the incubator. And if you want to kind of hang out with them, work with one of us as a trainer, or if you just want to work independently, as Yo does sometimes in the water cooler, you actually have the opportunity to do that. But what the best part is you leave no task left undone. And now is the time that we are really ramping up. So not only do we have the incubator to support you on daily co-working, but we also are prepping for our 24 days of amazing activation. It is time for you to activate the genius within, your zone of genius, and we're doing that with providing 24 days of roundtables, discussions, lectures. I don't know what's happening. The PowerPoint is going rogue, but we are looking for speakers to be a part of the experience as well. So you know where to find me by just literally commenting on this post. Don't worry about it. If it just runs, it runs. It's the end of the show, and I want to thank all of my co-hosts, Irina and Yo and Andrea and Peggy, because you guys are all so amazing and always hold me down, and it's always fun to hang out with you. And I want you all to remember that you have the power to activate the vision within. So let's start activating that zone of genius. I can't wait to really dive into this year with all of you. And so with that, oops, sorry, I'm pressing buttons that I shouldn't press. Haywire out here. That's how you know it's a live show. We want to say, don't forget, sharing is caring. So if you found any value in this, quote, tag, link, share, subscribe, repost, whatever you can do to let other people know that we are here and here to support you, would be great. Thank you so much. We will see you next Wednesday live and in action. Bye-bye.